Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. We've got an interesting game for you today. It's actually a dual perspective game. We've got two players on the same team and they both take part in the result. You're looking at an SU-26, that's the Tier 3 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Steps, and this one is under the command of Appa561 of OLIMP. And there is the player that's actually going to feature in the rest of the game, the Locust. Okay, well, game started. The SU-26 is based on the T-26 light tank, which is kind of a mid-war tank, based on the A-26 Vickers tank that was bought by the Soviets from Britain. Now, it's got a 76mm main gun, which is mounted on the rear of the vehicle, a kind of Heath Robinson attachment, you might say, but they actually made quite a few of them. They used 12 chassis and built 5 of them in total. Now, this gun is actually capable of doing 180 alpha, 21mm of pen, and 1.9 meters on the burst radius. It's also got a fairly fast reload. I say fairly fast. Standard reload time for the top gun is 6.71 seconds. But you can put out a lot of damage fairly quickly with this gun. And once it's fully dialed in, it's very, very damaging to the enemy. Rounds out in the cruiser. Didn't get it with the first shot, but he'll probably get it with the second. He's fully dialed in. Yeah, lovely shot. Look at that, 178. That is definitely a high roll. Is it a high roll? If I remember correctly. It's 180 alpha. So, no, it's a low roll, that one. Okay, we decided to have a look at those, but the thing is that they're actually pulling back, and so long as they stay behind the rock, it makes it difficult to hit them, but the Cruiser Mark III is on the move. Now, the enemy seems to have sent most of their tanks down this side of the map. Okay, AMX-38. It is a Tier 3 game with only Tier 3 tanks in it. When you've got a tank like that that's pulling back, it's best to actually pick a point behind them and let them advance towards that point. And it's that what allows you to dial in on the tank or on the spot that you've picked, so you can get an accurate hit. Well, we can see that Cruiser 3 is actually trying to cross the gap as quickly as he can. And he's been wiped out by that round. That was nicely timed. Now, I'm not sure you'll be able to do the same with the M15. Nope, he got into the shade of that rock early enough. Okay, we've got an AMX-38. Now, they've got quite a bit of extra armor. Makes it difficult to damage them. He only got 35 off that one. The M2 just alongside has got thinner armor, but and he's bigger, but he's moving about a bit. Okay, got a Sahariano there, which is a medium tank, an Italian medium. Rounds out. That's better. 67 hit points from that. You can see that it's possible to rack up a fair amount of damage, but it takes a little while to do it. Okay. You do get plenty of ammo. 85 capacity with the standard top gun. I'll say the standard top gun. The top gun, which is a 76.2mm. They actually built them in Leningrad, and they operated throughout the siege of Leningrad, which was from basically 1941 until 1944. They had a Kirov plant, which they produced quite a few tanks at, and this is where they also produce these as well. And he's getting lovely hits on that AMX-38, but the armor's very strong. And of course, the one thing is he needs to make sure that he stays away from that guy's guns, because he could do serious damage to us. Rounds out. Oh, missed it on that one. Pick another spot. Okay, he picks the spot behind, but he loses sight of the target. Nobody's spotting it. He's having difficulty trying to get a shot. Oh, now, just make out the top of the turret of the Sahariano. And in fact, 3 tanks together there. he might need to change his position, especially if he needs to run away. This vehicle does not go very fast. It's only 30 kilometers an hour, and that's mainly down to the fact that it is a interwar tank. It was actually designed in the 30s. 1933 to 1934 is when they built them. Now, the stock gun doesn't have very long range. It only has 500 meters range. But when you get to the second gun, you get a big extension in range to 1,150. And the top gun has got a range of 1,200 meters, which means you can cover the entire map. And although it doesn't do a huge amount of damage, the fact that it will fire over the entire range of the map gives you a lot of possibilities. And he's got his first kill. Oh, his second kill, sorry. Of course, he got the cruiser 3, didn't he, first? Okay, there's the Sahariano. It keeps hitting that ridgeline, going to the target. Okay, there they are again. Now, extend the aim point a little bit further past. You're trying to get that red line to start from the tank. That's it. That's how you do it. And beautiful. First shot on the AMX after that, and he gets it bang on target and wipes him out. That's his third kill. Now, whilst this is all going on, there's been another battle over on the other side of the map, and the Locust is involved in that. And he's got another kill. This time the Sahariano goes down. That's his fourth. So you can see between them that the Locust player on the other side of the battlefield, which we will know as Buzzaldrin, he's been racking up the kills, and so has Appa. They've now got 5 kills apiece. So they're doing most of the work for their team. They're 3 up on the enemy. Now there's only 3 enemy left. They've got an M2 medium, a Panzer Die Ausführung E, and a Valentine. And he's just been asked to platoon with the Buzzaldrin and the Locust. Now, a lot of people actually nickname this little Arty the popcorn catapult of death. Or is it the, actually to remember it correctly, the popcorn catapult of doom. That's it. That's the term they gave it. But it is actually quite effective. It's got a reasonably fast fire rate, and it will do significant damage if the target's thin enough. Of course, it would have a bit of trouble against the tier 5, slightly thicker armor, but against tier 3s and tier 2s, it's pretty deadly. Okay, if they can get one more kill. Oh, he's tracked that Valentine. If he can get one more kill, he's got a top gun. There's only 2 enemies left, so he's going to have to get one of them if he can. Valentine's got fairly heavy armor on the front and, well, moderately thick on the sides, but it's on the rear that they really suffer. If you can hit the rear of the vehicle, and you can tell the rear because that's the one with the corrugated engine cover, and it looks like he's actually facing to the northwest. So all these shells are going into the side. Still got plenty of ammo to play with, and he's retracking this guy every time he shoots. Oh, now that missed, and therefore he does have a chance to get moving again if we get the shell. Oh, he's got the shell in, so he's retracked him. So this is getting rather interesting now. And Buzzaldrin in the Locust is coming up to have a look. It's getting closer. These shots really are fantastic. He's got it fully dialed in. You can see how deadly this thing can be after a while. Doesn't do much damage, but it's very accurate. And now you can see the damage is coming in from Buzzaldrin. He's hitting him from the other angle. So we're tracking him. And he's getting track damage as well. So he's getting the damage assist in this game. Appa's having a fantastic time. The lower tiers can be a lot of fun. Depends on the game. I think people are now starting to fire HE at him to try and make him expire. Okay, he's loaded. Now, rounds out. Good tracking shot. He's stuck again. He must have burned his repair kit to get moving, and now, of course, he's stuck, and that's a kill! That's the top gun for Appa561 and the last kill of the game. And here's the battle from the other side of the dual perspective. You're looking at Buzzaldrin of TRN in the M22 Locust. Game on. Well, he runs into Appa561 right at the start of the game, but that's not to worry, he didn't do any damage. The M22 Locust was a light tank built by the Americans by Merman Harrington Company. They built 830 of them in total between April of 1943 and February of 1944. It's only got a 37mm main gun, and that's capable of doing, as we can see here, with standard ammo, 40 alpha, 56mm of pen, and with the APCR, it's capable of going through 78mm. It is an airborne tank. It's designed to be loaded into a glider or dismantled and put into another aircraft and flown wherever the airborne troops go. So it doesn't do much damage. It's fast, does carry a lot of ammo, but it is kind of susceptible. In fact, the British were given 260 under Lend-Lease, but when they were used, they weren't very successful. In fact, actually, a lot of tanks were destroyed in Operation Varsity, so it turned out to be a bit of a failure. Nice shot there on the Sahariano, which is a Italian medium. Now, I've noticed that Buzzaldrin's looking a little too close at the enemy in sniper view, and when he's looking outside, he's in normal view. That's good. That's a Panzer III Ausführung E. Easily get through the armor of that with the APCR. He's getting nice hits, and he's got his first kill. Now, what else can I tell you about it? Well, top speed 64 kilometers an hour, so it's very fast, but it doesn't have much in the way of armor. In fact, it's only 25mm on the front of the turret and the front of the hull, 13mm on the side of the hull, and 13 at the rear, so very, very light armor indeed. It doesn't have a whole lot of health either. It's only 445 hit points. It is a light tank. It's got a reasonably good pen with the APCR, and he's found his opposite number, but again, going to sniper view actually puts you too close to the target, so ideally you want to stay in third person when you're shooting at the target and use auto aim and or manually control the mouse. And he's got his second kill, taking down his opposite number. There's a couple of enemies just up ahead. A Sahariana. Oh, no, there's a Largo there. And the problem with this shell, it's not fast enough with auto aim at long range to actually hit the target. But he is getting shots, and that's a hit. Oh, taking rounds in the tracks from the Sahariano. One more to kill on that Largo. And unfortunately, he's just too far away. He's been ammo-racked, and that's massively increased his reload time. So standard reload is 2.2 seconds, but now his reload has gone up to 2.15. Now he's fixed the ammo rack. Okay. Oh, he's been hit by an M2 medium. That's a tier 3 American medium with, and he's been hit by an heat round as well. That thing fires HE and heat. Not having a whole lot, but he does get one hit. Now the worry is if he gets too close to those tanks, the M2 is going to see him and he's going to start taking rounds in the rear. But he can take out the M2 now, the Marder Rubber, because he just needs to auto aim on and keep pumping those rounds in until the guy expires. Get behind him. That's it. Lovely. Nice. And he's got his 4th kill. Sahariano next. Again, stay out of sniper mode. That's it. He did take one round from the Sahariano. Need to get alongside the guy. So he's so close that he's going to find it difficult to aim. And he gets the kill on him as well. That's 5 kills now. Now, over on the other side of the battlefield, we can see that Appa561's only got 1 kill yet, but we do know that that's going to change. Unfortunately, Buzzaldrin's had his engine knocked out by the Sahariano, and so he needs to wait for his repair kit to cool down, and that will be momentarily, and then he'll get his engine and his tracks back. He hasn't lost a huge amount of hit points, so it's only a couple of shots. Okay. That's it. Fixed it. Nice. Okay, that M2 medium's going to be the problem, I think, but he does have a couple of enemy tanks over there that we want to get. He's positioned himself nice here because he's actually behind that ridgeline there that's just in front of the cap area. And he can go up to those bushes and try and spot the enemy from afar, but he needs to use the bush mechanic. He's a bit too close there to use the bush mechanic. If there's somebody up there spotting, yes, he's been seen. Need to pull back quick. That guy's firing at you. Pull back. He's been hitting the tracks. Yep, took one round into the hull. And his engine's been knocked out, and now he's been ammo-racked again. Or was ammo-racked. Oh no, that's the enemy. Sorry, he's got eagle eye. This thing is very prone to ammo-racks, I'm afraid, because it's very small, and they have to store 90 rounds of ammunition inside it. It's also got fairly poor agility, but that top speed is actually quite handy. 64 forwards, but it's 20 in reverse, so it doesn't reverse very quickly. Well, the situation is quite good because we're 2 up on the enemy, and Appa561's now got 4 kills, and Buzzaldrin's got 5, so they're very close. Oh, Appa's now got another kill, so now they're both 1 kill short of getting a top gun. And Appa's invited Buzzaldrin to platoon, because, you know, if they both get a kill, then they both get top guns, and they would also get a crew short contribution and a brothers in arms. So he's auto-aimed onto the M2, but the problem is that guy's too far away for the auto-aim to work at the speed of shell. Now, he does get 1 hit into the M2 because the guy stopped, and our engine is still damaged, but he's fixed it. Now, be careful here because that Panzer III is still up there, and he did get spotted, and the Panzer III pumps around into him. Yeah, so they're looking in his direction. That's the biggest threat. Okay, we want that kill on the M2 if we can get it. There's one. With only a 40 alpha, it does take a little while to rack up the damage on these guys, but somebody helped us, and now we can go the kill. One more shot. Yes! That's a top gun. So it's a good game, and there's the Panzer III Aslains E firing rounds in us. Now he's got to go, but he is fairly low on hit points, and we do have a BT5 nearby, so he might be able to do some damage. Okay, we're popping up here just over the ridge line. 10 degrees of gun depression to help us. Okay, let it settle. Gets 1 in. Go for it again. Oh, he knows we're here. He's feeling the rounds, and another. He's a 1 shot now, and we lose sight of him, but he's only got 5 hit points left, that guy. So I think one of our teammates will probably get the kill on him. At the moment, Appa561's only on 5 kills, and he's tracked a Valentine tank, and you can see these rounds, they're coming in on that Valentine. There he is. Just see the top of his tank. And the Panzer III went down to our Panzer III. Or was it? No, he's actually killed himself, was it? I think he did. Killed himself. He must have fallen over. Well, we're pumping the rounds in, and we're now firing 8G at the guy. And he's turning his turret towards us because he's getting very annoyed. These rounds aren't actually doing a huge amount of damage, but you can see through the visuals, they're digging holes in his turret. He's getting very angry. And meanwhile, Appa is getting the shells in. He's coming this way. If Appa can get the kill, so one more, he's tracked him. If he can get the kill, the game's over because that's the last enemy, and he does it, and that wins the game. And they both get top guns, Brothers in Arms, and Crucial Contribution. Here's the end of battle stats, and we're looking at Appa561 first in the SU-26. He managed to get a second-class tanker out of that game, as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 9. He got a Brothers in Arms because he was in platoon with somebody, and both of them managed to get at least 3 kills. He also got a Crucial Contribution for getting at least 12 kills in the platoon. And on top of that, he got a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills in the game. His win rate from the game was 3,207, which is Super Unicum standard. If we look at the second set of results, Buzzaldrin in the M22 Locust, he got an ace tanker out of that game. He also got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He managed to get 8. He also got a Brothers in Arms for being in platoon with somebody who managed to get at least 3 kills, and so did he, as well as a Crucial Contribution for getting 12 kills in the platoon overall, a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, and he got the High Caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. So a very effective platoon in all. 16,295 is the win rate. That's Super Unicum and a lot more. And very difficult to get at this tier because, of course, everybody seems to be good at low tiers, but of course there's not much in the way of hit points, so you really have to be careful you don't get caught out by somebody who actually is a better player and they're having a nice little time slumming it in the lower tiers. Anyway, let's have a look at the team scores. Well, we can see the highest damage went to Buzzaldrin, 1,706. The second highest damage actually went to the Panzer III Ausführung E on the enemy team. That Panzer III that was up on top of the hill behind the railway lines, he got 864 hit points, that guy. And he actually beat Appa561, who only got 806, so he goes to third place there. When it came to kills, yep, he's got that. In fact, Buzzaldrin shares that one with Appa561, so they both got the top. And the second highest was, in fact, the Panzer III Ausführung E. That's Major Kong again with 4 kills. 2 kills went to the M2 Medium and the Mark II on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's got that one too. So he's also got the top in all 3 columns. And he's the only player to get over 1,000 base in the game. 1,426 base experience points goes to Buzzaldrin. 587 goes to the Panzer II Ausführung J, yes, Panzer II-J, the troll premium tank that actually runs around the battlefield with incredible armor. He also was on the battlefield, but he didn't do much damage, actually. He's fairly slow. But you can see Appa561 is actually in third place when it came to base XP. He got 488. Okay, let's have a look at the detail. Well, Buzzaldrin managed to get 85 shots off in that game. Plenty of ammo. 64 direct hits on the enemy, 45 penetrations. Some of his shots just didn't get through. And towards the end, when he was firing at the Valentine and firing HE rounds, Alexa, stop. When he was firing at the Valentine, those shells weren't actually penetrating. So that's why there's a discrepancy between the number of direct hits and the number of penetrations. He did get 8 splash, though, with those shots. 1,706 hit points of damage, of which 573 were at more than 300 meters. 9 hits received from the enemy, 4 penetrations, 4 non-penetrations, and 1 hit by way of splash from the M2 Medium. 110 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 6 killed, and 414 hit points of damage assistance in the game. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 36,664 credits from that game. And he also took away 13,047 experience points out of it as well. So very, very well done on a ×5 day as well. So yes, it was a good result. Let's have a quick look at the details for Appa561 so we can actually check and see. Well, he fired 46 76mm rounds. And 26 of those were direct hits on the enemy, and 2 of them actually penetrated the targets. He also got splash on 19, 806 hit points in total, of which 766 were at more than 300 meters, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 6 of them, and did 213 hit points of damage assist. Now, on a premium count, he actually made a loss out of this game, 6,102 credits, but that was mainly down to the fact that he was running consumables to actually beef up the speed of replay or the speed of reload. And of course, you really do have to, if you want to be a really good Arty player, it's necessary to run food to actually do that. So yes, he did suffer a loss, but he got a good result. He also got 30 bonds out of that, so not bad. And 2,196 experience points, of which 1,464 were a mission completion. So what a great game that was. Appa561 with the popcorn catapult of doom, and of course Buzzaldrin in the M22 Locust. Now, Buzz has appeared in a video before. He's actually been on one of Klaus Kellerman's videos. He featured in one of those replays where everybody died, but they won the game because they capped out before the enemy turned up at the cap and wiped everybody out, but it was too late. They'd already won. So, yes, rather unusual game in that sense. But we do have one of those games on our channel as well, where the enemy tried to kill all of the members of the team, and they actually ran out of time because we capped out before the enemy managed to get to our cap, and they shot the wrong guy to get the reset and missed out on a win. So very well done to Buzzaldrin, and of course to Appa561 in the SU-26. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.